In this short 5-minute video, I want to explain to you how to prepare for an elder law attorney from the perspective of having prepared for on the attorney side about a couple thousand of these meetings, and I want you most prepared. So let's get started. All right, what you're seeing on your screen above me is a long-term care planning checklist, and what this is a good checklist for you to prepare for your appointment. So one of the very first questions that a lot of people think is, what documents should I bring? The more documents you bring, the better and more accurate advice the attorney can tell you. Which documents exactly are in the important papers tab of this Google Sheet. And so the most important documents to bring are the photo ID, any kind of marital agreement if you're married or if it's a second marriage, especially the second marriage agreement. Deeds to houses is helpful, though most of them are online these days. Insurance policies, if you can find them, are great and useful. Any existing legal documents also are very useful to review. And then any kind of statements, like the last bank statement for any of the accounts and assets, that's good to review. Annuity statements. I put 7 years tax returns for audit reasons. Usually an attorney can figure out what last 2 years or what they need to know on the tax return. So those are the most popular documents that can provide the most useful information. And the next question is, should you bring your loved one with you? If you bring your loved one with you, usually the person watching this video is the caregiver who we generally may be interfacing with. However, our client will be the elderly person. You are interfacing with us on behalf of the elderly person as power of attorney in most circumstances. Now, of course, there's some exceptions. And when you bring your loved one, it's great for transparency's sake. It's great to call out that I work for the elderly person, the person who needs care. The big challenge of that, which most elder law attorneys should be able to handle, is the conversation is going to be on two different wavelengths, two different processing speeds. There's going to be you who may be still working, who may be used to the corporate world, and an elderly person who's used to slower, quieter, less intense situations because they've been retired sometimes for 30 years. And so there might be hearing problems. So it's good for them to know what's going on to make sure that they feel comfortable with everything. However, the elder attorney should be well equipped to handle both styles, and the person who needs care and needs help should have a seat at the table. And just understand that you may be needed to translate at times. And if the attorney needs to spend more time with your elderly parent, the appointment will go slow. You do need to be patient. And yes, the clock will be ticking with the elder law attorney. How should you prepare emotionally and mentally for this meeting depends on how experienced you are with attorneys. As attorneys go, elder law attorneys typically are very less intense. I can socialize with elder law attorneys that have problems, but I've also worked with litigators, and litigators are the ones that scare a lot of people. They're intense, they're very detail-oriented, they're very strong-willed, and that can be very intimidating. But as attorneys go, elder law attorneys are more process-driven. Have a higher emotional IQ than most litigators I've encountered in my life, and they're usually a little bit more patient in the process. So shouldn't be too intimidating unless you're looking for a litigating attorney. You want to hold something accountable and you want to push and extract money from them. They're going to need that litigator. That could be pretty emotionally draining. The elder law attorney is one to guide you through things. What financial information will be needed will depend on the individual attorneys and their practices. Now, gathering up all this information that you'll see on my screen about income, assets, and liabilities. Income's important for both couples. Banking is important. Assets that are in brokerage accounts, assets that are in retirement accounts, life insurance information, real property information, burial expenses. We like to tend to talk about that. It's easier to talk about burial with your parent around the elder law attorney meeting because it's relevant and not weird. Health insurance information, and transfer of assets information. So that kind of information, which is my sheet, a general sheet. Each individual attorney will have their own sheet and intake form that you'll want to use. What happens during the elder law attorney appointment? Usually the elder law attorneys are oriented towards the issues on my caregiver issue checklist that you'll find in the first pinned comment. So work through these questions and see what the issues are that you're concerned with or you have interest in. The elder law attorney evaluates and asks about elder care needs for your loved one. There's usually an education about different cure cost options. In the spreadsheet, I've given information for Florida, for Floridians, and I've given information regarding the costs in Jacksonville. You get your important papers, you gather some important names, And then those are the main things that will be covered during the elder law appointment. And the main thing is to have a good idea of this checklist on the first tab, caregiver issue checklist. Those are the main things that elder law attorneys talk about. If you're looking for more information about specific issues, look around the channel and I have plenty of information to help you out. Thanks.